Welcome to the Indianapolis franchise here on MLB The Show 23. So far, the arrows have shown that at least we can be competitive in some games and just not be like a terrible team and get the number one overall pick here in year one. I don't think that's my goal at all. I definitely know I'm rebuilding, but I at least want to be competitive. We've had a couple of players that have been really disappointing, like Nicky Lopez hitting below 200 in the 160s. And then we've had some pretty good players like Ryan Yarbrough with a 117 whip, 270 ERA, and Michael Pineda at age 34, a career low in whip, 109, 263 ERA. Well, I guess he had a season with the Yankees that was pretty good too, but I guess it wasn't, 100 innings at least. So we'll see if he can keep that up throughout the duration of the season. So today we get through more of the season, getting through the month of May. We end up losing 2-3 versus Baltimore to open the month. We end up losing 2-3 versus Oakland. But then we bounce back in the second week of May and we defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 2 out of 3, including a 5-1 victory and a 6-2 victory. So versus one of the top pitching staffs in the MLB, we actually do pretty well. Raimel Tapia is on a tear, 2 for 4 in this one, and he's hitting well above 300, around 333. We get through the week of the 14th through the 21st and kind of go on a little bit of a bad week. We drop 2 of 6, and then we get into the third week of the season and we will face our rivals in the Oklahoma City Wranglers. Remember, we started this series and we really wanted to have a team to compare our rebuild with, and they are pretty much doing the same as we are this year. We are in last in the division. They are second to last, but we do have an injury update. Ryan Yarbrough will be missing a month of the season, so that kind of sucks. But in the comment section, I love to listen to you guys. You guys have pointed out the stadium needs some work. And you guys have pointed out that there already is a field in Indianapolis. So what I've done is we will play at Victory Field in Indianapolis. This is an actual field, a minor league field, but it's the show. I mean, we can do whatever we want. So I will listen to you guys and we will switch our home field to Victory Field. So here we go, the first home game again at Victory Field, as we will take on our rivals in the Oklahoma City Wranglers. Here is what their lineup is looking like, and you can just see they're having a lot of the problems that we are having. They are hitting absolutely terribly, and just looking at their lineup, one guy's hitting over 270. That is Riley Green, who is in that 7 spot. Everybody else hitting below that, including their top 3 players in their lineup hitting below 200. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, but John Bertie, Billy Hamilton, and Austin Nola all hitting below 200. That is just crazy. Well, good thing they're facing Chris Archer today, who is struggling with a 212 whip, a 7.94 ERA. So maybe they can bounce their bats back. We will face their ace in Dustin May, who's got 9 starts and he's 4-3. So here we go. The first pitch here at Victory Field will be a strikeout here against John Bertie, who continues to struggle at the plate. Austin Nola trying to break that slump. He will get a single up the middle, and that will be the first hit ever at Victory Field. Michael Chavis here, inside fastball, and it looked like that one hit the knob of the bat, but they will call that a hit by pitch. So now guys on first and second with Tommy Pham at the plate, and we paint the corner there, and it's a strike 3. Archer gets Pham looking as we move on to the bottom of the second inning now. Here's Eric Hosmer, who's having an excellent start to the season, hitting .312. He and Raimel Tapia are over 300 and hitting quite well. That brings up Mike Moustakas, who is doing quite the opposite. He was added to the trade block at the end of last episode, and he will swing and miss. And Bradley comes up, and it does just hit a chopper to short. On to the bottom of the third inning. We did give Francisco Mejia the day off, and here is Freddie Furman, who gets a hit down the left field line. Who is Freddie Fermin? We have not highlighted him at all, but he was a guy that made the opening day roster. He is C potential. He is 59 overall, 27 years old. He had some at-bats last year with the Kansas City Royals, only 7, but coming off of the bench, he's hit 286. Like, not a bad player. Obviously, the overall is very low, but the stats are actually pretty decent. Back to the action now. Here is D. Gordon, who hits one hard up the middle. They try to turn 2 here, but Gordon has good speed. He will make it safely at first. Here's Adam Frazier, who was also added to the trade block last episode. He blasts one up the middle, and he could really help a team out that needs some second base help or some utility help. Raimel Tapia to the plate. He hits one deep to right field. It gets all the way to the wall, and his great season continues. He will clear the bases with a 2-run RBI double, and it is 2-0 here for the Arrows. Raimel Tapia having an excellent season and coming into this rebuild. I knew he would be a good player. He was projected to lead our team in average, but I never thought he would be hitting this well. As we move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Starting out the inning is Estadillo with a walk. That brings up Mike Moustakas, and he holds back on that outside cut fastball. And now we have men on first and second. Jackie Bradley played a little bit small ball, but look at Estadillo. Also Mike Moustakas both retreat back to their bags, and it's going to be a force out fielder's choice at second. And now we continue this inning. Nicky Lopez, the runners on the corners. He hits one hard up the middle, and it will drive in a run. It's 3-0 here for the Indianapolis Arrows. Dustin May, their ace, is getting hit pretty well now through a few innings now that the lineup's seen him a couple of times. Freddie Fermin to the plate now. He will walk, and it's bases loaded here in the 4th inning. They decide to go to the bullpen and bring in Joey Wentz, who is a left-hander now. We know we have a lot of left-handers in our lineup. You can just see the average versus left-handers, 156. But he will face D. Gordon, who is hitting pretty well to start this season. He gets a high and in-tight fastball. It's going to be a long fly ball to center field, but a good throw to the cutoff man will prevent the runner from coming home. Adam Frazier, who is 1 for 2 to the plate now. The 8th pitch of this outing from Wentz will be inside. It's ball 4, and he will walk in a run. It's 4-0. Here comes Raimel Tapia, our hottest hitter. He gets one over the middle of the plate. Will this one drop into short left center? But a good play right there will get the final out of the inning. Top 6 now. Here's a flare to right field. That one drops in front of Jackie Bradley Jr. playing in right field today. And they'll start out here with the single, with one out. They eventually get a man on second after John Birdie steals. And Billy Hamilton walks as well. Austin Nola to the plate. He hits one hard to right center. That one gets to the gap. It will score 1. It will probably score 2 with good speed from Billy Hamilton. And it is a 4-2 game. So the Oklahoma City Wranglers cut this lead in half. The manager has seen enough from Chris Archer. I did not expect him to pitch this well, to be honest with you. He finished with 11 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings. It's probably not great Archer. I think it's bad Wranglers. They have not hit the ball well at all this year, and it showed today. Here comes Ken Giles out of the bullpen. He's facing Michael Chavis. That's strike 3. Tommy Pham as well. And you take a seat. It's a outside slider. As we move on to the 9th inning, Archie Bradley here out of the bullpen. He's had 9 saves out of 10 opportunities. Really been a bright spot for us in that bullpen. He faces Austin Nola here. That's a strikeout, a fastball right over the middle. He cannot catch up to 95 miles an hour. Michael Chavis to the plate again, 0 for 2 today. He will walk. So that brings up Tommy Pham, 0 for 3. A ground ball to Estadillo to 4, 2, 3. It's a double play. We will get the first ever rivalry game victory versus the Wranglers, 4-2. The Arrows do their job. Chris Archer pitched a really good game versus a struggling Archer. Arrows. Wow. can't even talk Wranglers lineup. And you know what? A good victory, even though we got only 4 hits to their 3, as we move on to game number 2 in this 3-game set. We start out this game in the bottom of the 9th inning, and we are down by 1 after Oklahoma City made a late comeback in this game. But here's the top of our lineup here with no outs. D. Gordon walks, and it kind of acts like a bunt here. Adam Frazier hits a tapper right in front of the first base, as that brings up Eric Hosmer. 1 for 4 today. He turns on this one. He probably should have got better wood on that. Instead, it's a chopper to first, and now 2 outs with a man on third base. Mike Moustakas at the plate. A low fastball. He will watch that sinker go by. A 2-2 count here. Mike Moustakas, 2 hits on the day. Ball 3. 3-2 count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. He swings and misses at the circle change. It's a call. It will be a strike 3, not a called strike 3, but a swinging strike 3 in another tight game for the Wranglers and the Arrows. This rivalry is looking pretty much dead even at this point. And the Wranglers take game 2, 5-4. So going into game number 3, I do want to make a slight roster move. Obviously, we are rebuilding, but I think with our older prospects, we should probably see what we have. And we start with Pat Washington, who will get the opportunity to go to the MLB level after about a month and a half into the season. I really do like what Pat Washington brings. He's a good defensive player, and he's not obviously like tearing it up at AAA, but I think he is a better option than some of our players right now. And we get a call from the owner to the GM down to the manager to sit Adam Frazier this game. Not sure what's going to come out of that, but an interesting call here. Adam Frazier is one of the team captains, and they say we need to sit him this game. We'll see what comes out of that. So the Arrows are 18-32. The Wranglers are 19-28. Here's what the lineup looks like coming to this game. Pat Washington will get the start in right field. He hits second in the lineup. D. Strange Gordon will get to move back to the infield and replace Frazier at his natural position of second base, even though Gordon can play everywhere. And then Jackie Bradley moves to center field. So we are putting out probably our best defensive outfield right now, and we'll see what happens here in this game. But we'll see if we can get a win for our ace, Eric Lauer, who was our number 1 pick here in the expansion franchise. 1.28 whip, 3.38 ERA, actually having a decent season, 46 strikeouts to 18 walks in 10 starts. He faces Spencer Turnbull, who is also having a okay year, a little below average, but we'll see if we can get the final game victory here in this 3-game set. Here is Eric Lauer in the first inning facing Riley Green. That's a hard hit ball to the right side. That one gets through the infield. And a good start here for the Wranglers. Ground ball to first. This time the runner is on the move, but Jose Iglesias will ground into the 3-6-1 double play. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Here is D. Gordon now, and he will get the first hit off of Turnbull here, and that's what a leadoff batter is supposed to do here. And now we get to see the debut at bat of Pat Washington here in his first MLB game. He's going to hit a ground ball to second, and it's a double play. Not the start you're looking for your MLB career, but that brings up Ryan Goins here in the second inning. Goins will walk, as Goins has been a guy that has been kind of a utility infielder and a guy that is filled in. As that brings up Freddie Furman. He hits one well down the right field line. That one's inside the chalk. It's going to get to the wall. It looks like Goins will round third and head home, and he will score. Freddie Furman coming off of the bench again and starting behind the plate. Francisco Mejia actually got the start at first base today, giving Eric Hosmer the day off. So it's a 1-0 game now as we move to the top of the third inning. It is Ramon Laureano at the plate, who continues to hit very poorly. He strikes out there as that brings up Nick Maton, and he will hit one to the shortstop. And that's Nicky Lopez there looking to break the streak, his bad streak as well. So here is Jackie Bradley up in the bottom of the third inning. He will get plunked on the back. Is that rolled over the top of the lineup here? D. Strange Gordon at the plate. He hits one well to right field. This one's got carry. It gets all the way to the wall. It knocks off of the ground and off of the top of the wall. And Bradley will actually hold up at third base because there's no outs. Why take the risk in sending the runner? Pat Washington to the plate now. He gets a hanger over the middle of the plate. It's just going to be a hard ground ball to short, but nonetheless, it will score the run. So Washington gets an RBI in his first game as a major league player. So one out here, and that brings up Raimel Tapia, who continues to swing a hot bat. It's all the way to the wall, and a gapper. It will clear the bases. Tapia makes it 3-2. So Spencer Turnbull hung 2 straight pitches, one to Pat Washington, but you can't do it to Raimel Tapia, who is our hottest hitter in the team. That brings up Francisco Mejia hitting in that 4 spot today. That one will just be a flare to left field, and it will be the second out of the inning. Bringing up Williams Estadio, and he just hits a fly ball to left field. But 3 runs through the first 3 innings, I will take it here in the final game of this 3-game set. Bottom 5 now, Joey Wentz now on to pitch. And here is more Tapia continuing to hit the ball well. And a base hit here with 2 outs in the 5th. Tapia, I want to highlight, is one of the best hitters in baseball right now, as that brings up Francisco Mejia. But just a ground ball out to Jose Iglesias at short. So now on to the top of the 6th. Here is Ramon Laureano. He hits one deep. That's gone. We talked about Laureano and his struggles a little bit earlier, and he finally breaks his slump with a big solo jack to left center. That was a no doubt 407, and the Wranglers are back within 2. So on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is Freddie Fermin at the plate, and he says, anything you can do, I can do a little further. That's gone. Freddie Fermin, an unknown catcher, is making waves here in the Arrows organization. Oh, it was 1 foot shorter. Well, it was a no doubt home run nonetheless. And Freddie Fermin hits it to the exact same spot. It's 4-1. Bottom 7 now. Here is Pat Washington back at the plate, and the meat of our lineup comes up. And you know who's coming up next. The most feared hitter in the lineup right now, Raimel Tapia. A double and a single today, hitting .333, 848 OPS, as he hits one over the middle. That one's crushed deep to right center. It's gone. Raimel Tapia, a 3-for-4 day, 3 RBIs. And he gives us the 6-1 lead. You just can't make that mistake. Raimel Tapia has been hitting the cover off of the ball, and Matt Whistler just leaves one for him right over the middle of the plate, and Tapia does not make a mistake. Bottom 8 now. We have seen a lot of pitchers here from the Wranglers. Now Jason Foley out of the bullpen. He's facing Ryan Goins, no outs. He walks the leadoff runner. Freddie Fermin having a great series here versus the Wranglers. 2 for 3 today. He swings and misses at that outside slider. That will be 1 out in the inning. Nicky Lopez hitting at the 8 spot in the lineup. He hits one well to right center. That one will get all the way to the wall, and it looks like it will score Ryan Goins all the way from first. And it is 7-1. Nicky Lopez finally breaking the streak right there. The cold streak, that is now Raimel Tapia comes up in the bottom of the 8th inning. He is a triple short of the cycle. We'll see if he can get it done. Facing Will Vest. He gets one outside. Oh, this one's to the gap, giving the center fielder chase, and Billy Hamilton will run this one down. I thought it had a chance, but instead we go into the 9th inning now, a 8-1 game, and this will do it. Jose Alvarez comes in. Pat Washington runs that one down in foul territory, and the Arrows get a great Game 3 victory to win this series, 2 of 3 games, and Eric Lauer gets the win. An incredible offensive output here from the Arrows today. Raimel Tapia and Freddie Fermin led the way. Nicky Lopez went 2 for 3 also with a double and an RBI. And then D. Gordon 3 for 5 as well. That's a great leadoff batter right there. So to conclude this episode, I want to show you guys how hot Tapia is. He is getting the 5th most votes in the All-Star race, above Yordan Alvarez and guys like Randy Arozarena, but still behind guys like Taylor Ward, who's hitting 364. Shohei Ohtani is getting left field votes for some reason. And then I feel like he should be getting right field votes, not left field votes, but behind 2 superstars nonetheless. And then Eric Hosmer is 4th in the first base voting. We still have about a month and a half to get to the All-Star break, so still a lot of baseball left there. But after that, 2 out of 3 games victory here versus the Wranglers, we will probably get through the month of June. Now, usually in MLB The Show, starting the month of June means the draft, but this year they actually moved it back to the appropriate date. So we still have a little over a month and a week left to get to the draft. So we still have some scouting to do. We'll check out some scouting next episode, and we will take a peek at our AA team. I plan on playing a AA game next episode, so you guys can see our AA affiliates and our prospects. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.